Well, hello again. It's Monday, October the 1st today, and it's a beautiful day here in North Wales. Just going to show you the views from my two plots over some of the meadows. And in that direction you can just about make out Peckerton Hills and Bickerton Hills. Well, I'm in plot M9 at the moment, and this particular bed, which I showed you last week, I'm thinking of growing onions, leek and garlic in this particular bed, and then there'll be a little pathway made between the two beds, and hopefully have some butternut squash next year in this particular bed here. Then in this space here I'm going to create a bed for potatoes, and this side potatoes as well. And as we go a little bit further up, I'm going to create a bed here for cobra beans and runner beans, and then there'll be a pathway, and on this side there will be a small miniature fruit tree orchard in this little area here. And then last week I created this little bed. The raised wood was already there, so what I'm going to do with this little space here in front of this picket fence is I bought some spring bulbs last week, so I'm going to plant some of them in this little space here. This is the pergola, the area where the pergola is going to be. It's going to run off that post there and that post there, that end, and it's going to run along to the shed, which now, as the two sides of it have been painted and I've put a felt roof on, it just needs trim on it now. Compared to what it was when I showed you last week, it's a lot better actually. This little area here will be a little sit down area on the pergola wood chip, and some pots, and I found the rose bush amongst the undergrowth last week, so I'm hoping it's going to take in that corner there. I'm going to have pots and things here along this back fence here, fence with my neighbour's plot. I'm going to put some tubs with spring flowers as well, spring bulbs, sorry. And then later on in the summer I'll have some varieties of tomato, maybe gardeners delight. I hope they don't get affected by the blight, and that should be fine just now. So this side here I'm going to put some of the bulbs which I brought along into this little space here as well. And this strimmer here is one of the home base Sovereign, their own make strimmer. I paid £29 for it. I've just strimmed over in M12, this area here, and I've strimmed 3/4 of the way on one battery, and I'm very pleased with it. The battery lasted about 25-30 minutes. I've got another backup battery, so I'm going to continue along this path and trim the rest of this, and do about up to this post today on M12. As you saw last week on last week's video, there was a pile of rubbish there which I've cleared now, and up where I've created that little raised bed, there was all the wood from the raised beds that was drying out, so that pile of rubbish is just moved into M12 for now. And the wooden boards I'd got from M9 last week are drying out in this section here, and I salvaged as many canes as I possibly could. There's some more chicken wire in this section here, so I'm yet to decide what to do with this side. I'm looking forward to it. Could anyone tell me whether this is comfrey or not? Here they are, sort of big leaves, and there you can see the back of the leaf. I'd like to know if that is comfrey, because as I say, I'm new to all this allotment gardening, and it'd be nice to know if it is comfrey. So So hopefully in the future, because we're allowed a shed on each plot on M12, which I'm in now, I'd like to have a shed in this little section here, and in this section along here I'd like to have a polytunnel. And talking of polytunnels, back at home I've got a little plot which I'll show you a video of in the future. It's a little plot that I've got at the back of the garden, and I've just bought a polytunnel, a 3 metre times 2 times 2 metre polytunnel. There's going to be two together side by side, and what I'm planning on doing is starting off the young plants and then bring them down in the Reliant kitten in the spring to put in the beds. So hopefully that'll be okay. So let's take you back up. So as I say, since you last saw the shed, it's improved a lot since. I've never done a felt roof before. I don't know whether I've done it right or not, but I've put 2 sheets, one side, one the other, and then over the top. There is a bow in the roof, but I'm going to look at putting a new roof on and new felt in the future. But for the time being, I think that should do. So what I'll do in a minute, I'll put these bulbs in this section, and this section behind me here. So anyway, so I'll crack on and carry on putting the bulbs in, and carry on with a bit of strimming, and write down a few little notes of where I'm going to have different vegetables in different beds, and the fruit trees as such. Okay then, from a lovely sunny afternoon here in North Wales on October the 1st, Monday October the 1st, I'll say goodbye for now. Bye.